community an ode to joy. And so we're going to get the music here.
And we'll have the
And we'll
slide.
have it on the screen. First thing
There
we're
we
gonna
go.
sing is Joy to the World. And it's old, but we're gonna put a little
We'll
something.
end it up with a little twist.
We'll end it up with a little twist. So this is Joy to the World by the original carol writers and Hoyt Axton. Okay. Wait. Okay, I'm in two. Here we go.
Joy here today. So I'm so glad that we do too. Great to see you, Joy, and Terry, and all of these beautiful shining faces.
One. I gotta see which is this mic. This one? One, yes, I think it is. I couldn't hear myself, so that gets a little.
All right.
I don't really need to hear myself on this one because Bucky's going to lead us on this. And I was a few years ago we're singing Silent Night, and I always thought growing up, and I knew the Methodist hymnal forwards and backwards, but I never understood round versions. And round John Virgin, there's a round one over there, I guess. So I just put a little more of our CSL thoughts into this beautiful song. And so Bucky will lead us through, and please sing Silent Night.
Holy night.
joined in spirit as one.
Good morning. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. Good morning. My name is Jamica Wallace, and I am a licensed practitioner and your board president. And as Chip let you guys know, Reverend Steve normally would be here welcoming everybody, but he's still feeling under the weather, so I get to fill in today. Yay. So we're going to start with what we always start with, which is our vision, mission statement. Let's read that together. We are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. So I have a few announcements to share with everybody. First, we want to start off by giving a big round of applause and thank you to everybody who showed up and participated in the holiday party. Big hands for everybody. We had an amazing crew that showed up to help set up. The cleanup crew was phenomenal, you guys. We had this place taken apart, put back in order in so fast. It was like lightning speed. It was amazing. Many hands make light work, and you guys are perfect demonstrations of that. Thank you so much. And I also want to send out a special thank you to Paula Peterson and Chris Strong, because they took the initiative to purchase our ham and turkey, and they did the cooking of it. So they kind of were the foundation of that party, and it was so wonderful. Such a good food, and all the side dishes we had were so wonderful. So just another. Next, Christmas and New Year's Day services. Our Christmas Day and New Year's services will be happening at our normal time, so 10:30. We are going to be having a special New Year's Day service. We are planning a special labyrinth walk and a burning bowl ritual for our service, so don't miss this special experience to start your new year off in new consciousness. There is also going to be a World Healing Peace meditation on Saturday, December the 31st at 5 a.m. our time. This begin 2023 with a World Healing Peace meditation hosted by CSL's Heart of Peace initiative. Join heart-centered meditators from around the world on Centers for Spiritual Living Facebook page for a live experience. So we don't have to leave our house. We get to stay in our pajamas. We get up at 5 and participate. World Healing Peace Day is celebrated around the world on December 31st. It was originally created by John Randolph Price, and this day celebrates healing and peace for all globally. The event will start with a reading of Price's World Healing Meditation, followed by different voices in an array of languages, powerfully affirming that there is peace, and then different geographical locations. So that'll be very powerful. Our new membership drive continues. Our community is growing, you guys. Have you noticed? Isn't that awesome? Love it. We are a member-based community, and we only exist because of you guys. So continue. Let's continue to invite people. Let them know that we're here. We have the Facebook. We're here live. We also are available on Meetup now too, another place where they can come and learn more about us. Memberships does have its privileges and perks as well. If you are a new member, you do qualify to receive a 6-month subscription to the Science of Mind digital magazine. So that's a nice little perk. And you also, as a member, get to vote on the elections and hold offices in our Grants Pass Center leadership positions. So lots of privileges for being a member. If you are not currently a member and you would like to become a member, it's easy to do. All you have to do is fill out an application. There's one in the seat back in front of you. There are some located on the back table in the back there. And it's also available on our website now too. You can go on there and fill out the application as well. Okay, service opportunity. We like our service, right? We are asking for volunteers to come and help take down all these lovely decorations so that we can get prepared for our New Year's Eve service. So we will be doing that on Thursday, December the 29th at 11 a.m. So if you'd like to be here to help, and if you have any questions, you can call Paula Peterson about that. And then we have some fun upcoming events. We have a crystal singing bowl sound bath meditation and soul collage workshops coming up. So stay tuned for more information about those. We do have a free foundation class that will be starting in January. Foundations, a Science of Mind class will be taught starting Friday, January 6th from 1 to 4. There's a $45 certification fee and a $10 workbook fee, and that's the only cost. You must have a Science of Mind textbook available, or we have some Science of Mind textbooks available in the bookstore. And this will be facilitated by Reverend Steve. If you're interested, there's a sign-up sheet in the back to sign up for that. And then we do have our new meditation group that is starting. The practitioners are offering a 15-minute meditation each Sunday before service when we have everybody available. This is a time to go into the silence and meditate together. And it will begin from 9:50 to 10:05. And then we still have our metaphysical book study group continuing on Sunday mornings beginning at 9 and goes to 9:45 right here in the conference room. Normally this is led by Reverend Steve, and the book we are studying right now is Living the Science of Mind. I think I got everything covered. If I missed anything, it's available in the Needy News also. So they're there to go back and look at. And if you guys would like to join me in standing, we will sing We Are One. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Deborah Purdue, a licensed practitioner here, and let's read the gratitude together. With joy, I give thanks for being an integral part of creating a world that works for everyone, and so it is. So let's see. The practitioner at the table is on Zoom because we're kind of low on people right now because Reverend Steve is missing. So he's actually on Zoom holding the high watch for us. Thank you, Reverend Steve. And what that means is that he's just holding us all in love and light and all good. And if you have a prayer request, you can put it in the prayer box. You can also put it in the offertory basket. And I wanted to point out that instead of saying how to send in your prayers, we now have it on this sheet that's in the handout, so that we could not say it every year or every single time like we did for several years. So it is all explained there. And I wanted to say a little bit about what the practitioners are, because we realized that people coming in might not know. So practitioners are the healing arm of our center. We're here to help you and serve the center. We're trained in the study of the science of mind and in the art, science, and skill of affirmative prayer. The Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living Practitioners are licensed to practice professionally and bound by a high code of ethics to respect your privacy. So also, who's available to pray today? I am. Is Jamica and Bucky? Yeah. So if you do want a short affirmative prayer, please see one of us after the service. Making sure I don't miss anything. It's really amazing how easy it is to miss things. If you have a cell phone, I want to remind you to make it be silent, please. And Barbara Brown, I think that's her last name, who's not here, brought us these amazing flowers. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
Thank you, Barbara.
Brown.
Barbara Brown.
Oh.
Let's read the prayer together. I honor the sacred sacredness of which I know part. Each of us contributes creatively to a greater wholeness in community, and so it is. And remain seated as we sing I Am Loved together. Now it's time for a short meditation, and I'm going to give you a reading from the December Science of Mind magazine. It's in the daily guides, and it's called Longing to Belong. So we'll contemplate this during our silence. The beloved community unfolds as us by Jim Lockhart. What would happen if we could convert the energy of fear to faith, the energy of doubt and uncertainty into a feeling of belonging to the universe and being safe in it? Ernest Holmes. The spiritual path can be a lonely one. I spent nearly 20 years in my quest for community until I stumbled into Centers for Spiritual Living in Kelowna, Canada. That snowy morning, I awoke determined to visit this community I had heard about. When the battery died on my car, I found another way to get there. Nothing deterred me. Not knowing a person there, I believed myself to be the outsider, and I acted the part. I didn't talk to anyone, didn't make eye contact, simply slipped in and just as quickly slipped out. And yet something struck me as I listened each week to the talks, and I realized I wasn't an outsider here. While I didn't know anyone, I felt I knew the soul of everyone as expressed in this space. And in that awareness, I cracked open right there in the seat. A congregant approached me, gently asking if I was okay. Here it was right in front of me, simple kindness and speaking heart to heart. In that moment, I knew I was home. My false belief that I could be an outsider dissolved as I felt my sense of separation vanish amid community. And the affirmation is, my heart recognizes the soul of life operating through my day. I belong. So let's all just for a moment or two, just really breathe into that and just feel the sense of community that we have here. We're so blessed. And know that you're never alone. And as we come back to this room and you open your eyes, just know that you are loved. We are all loved, and God is good all the time. Thank you. And it's time for special music by Bucky and Chip, and then Reverend Jamica to make us amazing talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Everything is gonna just be fine because I didn't know that story about Coloma, but I have my Canadian pick.
I think you bought it here.
Yeah. I wrote this song a while ago, and I never played it at the spiritual centers, and I never really played very much because it was it was a piano kind of tune. But I was gonna do another song, and I won't say Bucky vetoed that, but it was, she said, what about this other one? You never played this other one.
This is a fun one.
So,
I wrote this in 2004 before we actually moved to.
yeah, just before we moved here.
Yeah.
And it,
Playing the piano.
who would know, I was trying to think of a song of joy, because of the ode to joy theme.
Yeah.
But who knows, it'd be as much about community. So I guess it was the right choice. And it just goes like, that's right. It's Christmas time and the city, people everywhere. Trees are strong and shining lights, there's music in the air. Children all excited, it's the best time of the year. And now Christmas time is here. Christmas reminds us of the things we forget. Gift of time and laughter that can share. Simple acts of kindness are there bring to every boy and girl. It's Christmas time this season, and everywhere you go, someone stops to help someone they don't know. There's something about the season that makes us feel this way. It's the joy of holiday. Well, Christmas is the season that reminds us all to open up our eyes and look around. Joy is in the world, and when love is strong, we can make a little Christmas all along. So let's raise our voices in a Christmas song and try to keep the Christmas spirit all year long.
Boy, oh boy, we are so blessed. What, that was beautiful music, wasn't it? Such beautiful talent in this center. I love it. Ode to joy. At the beginning of this month, I was talking about longing to belong and how our unique individual gifts, how our unique individual gifts, and each of us are unique, one-of-a-kind expressions of spirit and form. Another one of my unique gifts is to work well in the last-minute situation. Growing up, it was called procrastination. During the practitioner studies, it was making a reappearance, and I found myself judging myself quite a bit for this flaw. One day, that still small voice that likes to present questions to me, I heard that what if question, and that got my wheels turning. What if it's not a flaw and it's a quality? So the wheels started turning, and I kind of joked to myself, I often do say that my best work happens when I'm winging it. And I heard that still small voice say, well, you can't fly if you don't wing it. So when Reverend Steve confirmed that I was his backup plan, I used my tools and I went straight to prayer and meditation. And I heard that still small voice again say, it's okay, winging a prayer. And I was like, whew, okay, I got this. And I heard, now fly, baby chicken, fly. Proof that spirit has a sense of humor. The joy. So today we're going to take and go a little deeper and look at how important we all are individually as that divine, unique expression of source here within our community. Whether we show up here in person or we're here on Zoom, whether we're on the Facebook Live or through the meetup, we are all a piece of a puzzle. We are all a little piece that builds the whole picture that does create this community that's the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. With a voice comes song. With an instrument comes music. Yet it takes an orchestra to create a symphony. Community is the invisible membrane that we all live inside. Community is where we play out our lives on a larger scale, both consciously and unconsciously. The beautiful alchemy of community unfolds when we come into the realization that through our sphere of influence, we intersect with the greater whole each and every day. Part of Centers for Spiritual Living global vision states, we envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social in every area of political, corporate, academic, and social sectors, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. And here at our Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, our vision mission statement is that we are an open, loving spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. So how do we begin to work together so that we can create a larger container that demonstrates a world that works for everyone? This definitely begins at the individual level, but it can also be expressed at the collective level by the way we choose to be in community together. Science of mind seeks to recognize wholeness through all things. As such, the aim is not to deny what is before us, but to seek to understand so that a greater idea can be revealed. Illusions of separation, conflicts, and disagreements direct us towards areas in need of attention, exploration, and illumination. In this way, greater ideas can be born as we collectively spiral upwards towards a new future. Personally, I love to dig deeper and to find meaning in the challenges. And usually I can find layers of meanings and opportunities to grow if I'm willing to dig in and look a little bit. Personally, I think we're getting to witness this being demonstrated perfectly here today. We are shorthanded in our circle that helps make this Sunday service operate. And we can truly see how valuable each and every one of us are in our community. When even one of us are away, there is an absent felt throughout the entire community. Our Creator did not intend for us to do anything alone or identical. If that was the case and what God intended, we would not be unique one of a kinds. We would just be robots identically walking around in this world doing the same thing. John Lockhart shares this idea in his book, Creating the Beloved Community. Safe space in spiritual community is not about eliminating discomfort. It is providing a supportive place where we can experience the inevitable discomfort of deep personal introspection and spiritual growth with support and understanding. That's a powerful, life-changing thought for me personally. We hold the ability to grow in our discomforts. Life is not about living without challenges. It's about growing and expanding on our path within our challenges. In my past, when I would experience anything that was uncomfortable, fear would completely kick in. And fear in the past for me equaled forget everything and run as quickly as I possibly could. Luckily, thank God, I ran right into the center one day. True story. Have I been uncomfortable on my journey? 100%, absolutely. But I felt safe and supported within this community. And this allowed me to stop running and to face those fears and to discover that I could grow spiritually. Just as the individual craves belonging, it is equally important that the community be welcoming to individuals. Community is the result or demonstration of the interplay between individuals. Much like the dance of the yin and yang symbol, where the circle reflects the whole of the experience. It is the yin yang, the cause and effect, that marks the demonstration. So how do you dance in your community? Not just here on Sundays, but Monday through Saturday when you're out in the larger community. What music do we put into the universe, the one song? Ernest Holmes shares this idea in The Ideas of Power. There is a laughter of God. Let us laugh it. There is a song of the universe. Let's sing it. There is a hymn of praise. Let's praise it. There is a joy, a beauty. There is a deep, abiding peace. Let's experience it here. Go louder. When we begin to make active, conscious decisions about how we wish to be in community, and when we welcome and honor all as spirit, this is the point of power. This is how our diverse world becomes a living gift to us all. Another quote from CSL's Global Vision states, "We demonstrate the oneness of spirit in everything that we do, knowing that this oneness is inclusive of race, age, ethnicity, culture, history, religion, political affiliation, experience, gender, and sexual orientation." It's easy to get caught up in our individual experience without realizing that each one of us is a thread in this beautiful tapestry of life. We have so many ways to experience community within our neighborhoods, social activities, we have schools, sports clubs, and we are not restricted or limited by any. Right here within our own spiritual center, we have endless opportunities and committees. We have greeters, we have coffee makers, we have kitchen angels, we have bookstore angels, we have activities committees, we have committees for our committees, we have fundraising committees, we have classes, workshops, meditations, book studies. We have many who show up and share their energy with us in person. We have those that show up, like I said, on Zoom and Facebook and Meetup. Each and every one of us are a thread in the living tapestry of life. So how do we get the high view of life so we can see the bigger picture? We all know what it is like when things work well together. It's like listening to a symphony. The greater whole does not exist without each instrument playing its part. A society is a link of relationships among people and institutions so that we can live together. But it only works if we have a culture. In 2003, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization established the Convention for Safeguarding the Intangible Cultural Heritage in the World. This includes oral traditions, performing arts, social practices, and craftsmanship, as well as rituals and festive events, and knowledge about nature and the universe. By learning about each other, we develop a richer, broad sense of humanity's capacity for spirit. There are some 300 ethnic religions in the world, including indigenous faith traditions. So these types of resources can be a starting place for conversations that invite an expanded understanding of community beyond what we have imagined. Tapping into these resources or other local similar groups within our community, we can learn more about the many ways humanity chooses to express itself. It also provides a rich opportunity to learn about those who may have immigrated to our community and help us engage in more meaningful conversations. Additionally, this offers insight into why we can become so passionate about our traditions. It provides context for traditional practices. By maintaining and honoring cultural practices, we bind ourselves with the generations before us, which increases our sense of belonging to something larger. Sharing and educating others about traditions, bringing this rich human tapestry to life for us all. elevating our thoughts away from our individual selves and into a space where we can see a greater whole, create space for the symphony of humanity itself to truly express. So in conclusion, each group that you participate with at this center or elsewhere is a demonstration of community in action. Pause for a moment. Take a bird's eye view and reflect. And ask yourself, how are you working collectively within your community? How do you see your spirituality currently expressing in your community? How do you think your spiritual perspective can be of service throughout your community? And what would it take for you to begin to act today? At the micro level, it is our individual choices that influence not only our own experience, but the character and subtext of our community. The beautiful alchemy of community unfolds when we come into realization that through our sphere of influence and personal interest, we intersect with the greater whole each and every day. This is how our diverse world becomes a living gift to us all. This is how community is born. I invite you to celebrate December in full awareness of your unique gifts, while seeing the gifts of those around you, as we enter into the idea of being joy in our community. And so it is. So let's follow our teaching and we'll go inward and have a little prayer. And I invite you to close your eyes or gaze at the candles if that's comfortable. Let's just take a few deep breaths together. Allowing that breath to bring us inward into that place of oneness. And I invite you to bring into your consciousness whatever it is that the Creator is to you. I know there is a power that goes by an unlimited amount of names and is limited by none. I know the Creator to be life-affirming, love, light, beauty, peace, joy, and the power that exists within all of creation. I know this is the power that beats my heart and fills my lungs with the life-giving oxygen. And I know this is what is operating within my mind, my body, and my spirit, as I am a unique, divine, individualized expression of the source energy. Because I know this is true for myself, I know this is true for each person here today within our community. And from this place of oneness, I speak a word directly into the law for and with each and every one of us, knowing that we are in perfect alignment with our Creator. I know that each of us are unique divine blessings within this world and within our community. And I know as each of us open our minds, our hearts, and expand on our spiritual path, growing and remembering who we are, that we are so blessed, and that blessing expands outward and touches each soul we cross paths with. And I speak a word of blessing over our community here at our wonderful Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, knowing that this is a safe space that allows for spiritual growth and that allows for each unique individual a place to express spirit as community. I speak a word of blessing over our community of Grants Pass, knowing there is not a spot where God is not, and that spirit is divinely expressing in unlimited ways through this beautiful community, and that the highest and best good is always transpiring in every way. I take this prayer, these words, and I wrap them in love and gratitude. And I place these words directly into the living, loving law that is always open, responsive, and says yes, creating the perfect demonstration in each moment. And I release these words now into that law, knowing it is done, and we can affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Okay, it is time. We winged it. We winged it together. Thank you, guys.
Winging a prayer.
Winging a prayer. Winging a prayer. Okay, let's do our offertory. It is time for our offertory. If you guys would like to take your offertory, or if it's just your love, you place your hand on your heart and repeat after me, or with me, not after, with me. Feeling the abundance of life, I know I am prosperous beyond measure, and I give back generously to this beloved center, and so it is.
We have one more song for you. You know, Jamica always says that she always mentions that she grew up and sees things and thought of things in a different way, in a reverse way. And now I understand, because she's such an active part of the community, but now she talks her walk. This is a song about peace, more recent song. And it seems very timely with things going on in the world, and it's also about each of us as being important. There are times when it feels like this world's spinning blind, some dark and long space. It's hard to find meaning in all of the hate. It's easy to lose faith when there seems no rhyme or reason, and even questions can break your heart. It's more important than ever to stop and remember there's only one place that real change can start. So let there be peace on earth, and let there be light. May you always hear the angels sing, and see the stars shine bright. May you feel God's love surrounding you. May the wonder never cease. But if you take just one thing from this night, let there be peace. When you can't see the light through the darkness, and you wonder how love can ever win, that's the time to remember you're more important than ever. 'Cause you are the place where the change must begin. So let there be peace on earth, and let there be light. May you see the stars shine bright. May you feel God's love surrounding you. You may wonder, never cease. For if you take just one thing from this night, let it be peace.
Sing with us now. Let there be peace.
Let there be peace on earth.
Let there be light.
Let there be light.
May you always hear the angels sing and see the stars shine bright.
May you always hear the angels sing
And see
as the stars shine bright.
May you feel God's love.
May you feel God's love surrounding you.
May the
May the wonder never cease.
But if you take just one
For
thing
if you take just one thing from this night, let it be peace. Make you feel God's love surrounding you, and never wonder, never cease. But if you take just one thing from this night, let it be peace.
All right, let's say a prayer over our offertory. I know that these tithes are a demonstration of God's desire to do good works in this world. They bless the giver and the receiver, allowing for good works to transpire in multiple ways. For this, we are so blessed. And I speak a word of gratitude and love as I release this into the universal law, knowing it is done. And so it is. Some more special music?
We'll just wrap it up with a closing song here.
Closing song.
All right, let's have a closing song. We've been doing this one for a little while. I think you remember this one.
This is a tune
Here we go.
by Woody Guthrie. And
Here we go.
actually the words are by Woody Guthrie, and some years later, Arlo, his son, found it and put the music to it.
My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I have. It's all I ever knew. I give my peace to green and black and red and white and blue. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. All right.
Righty. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful is happening right
I
now.
want to stand up. Let's all stand up. Sorry, let's start again. Repeat. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. That was a false start. False start. Let's do this again. Okay. Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful is happening right now.
It's happening in my mind.
It's happening in my mind.
It's happening in my body.
It's happening in my body.
And in the body of my affairs.
And in the body of my affairs.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
And I know it.
And I know it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way it is.
And just the way it is not.
And just the way it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
So it is. Thank you, life. Love you all. Love you.
Deborah.